How y'all doing today? This is Lamar Wilson with Ghetto Action News Network _ all lower cases and no spaces. You can definitely check us out here on YouTube, and make sure you do hit the subscribe button. Make sure you like the button. Send any type of video or anything you want us to check out over here. I definitely will get into it and check it out. We're going to get right into this. You see who it is. You see the man himself, the GOAT, the model, the blueprint. You know what I'm saying? It's just, it is what it is. It is what it is. But we're going to check this out. I think this video will be a fun watch. Haven't seen it yet. That's the point of a reaction, so let's get into it.
Stories that didn't get featured on the Last Dance documentary. I think they did because of not deflecting from the main course of the series. Stories that most of the casual NBA fans never heard.
Right.
Jordanizer level stuff I'm here about to share with you all. Before we dive deep, if you like the video, subscribe to Old School B-Ball for more content. It was one of those epic Barkley versus Jordan nights, and Sir Charles loved to talk.
We're going to get into this first off because a lot of people don't know that's the fun part about reactions. You get to speak your mind. You got the number 3 draft pick in '84 with Michael Jordan. You got the number 5 draft pick selection, Charles Barkley. Both of them had great careers. Barkley did everything you could do except win the title. And it was always intense.
Both were about to exchange words in United Center. Remember the Pat Riley mentality of the 90s? You can't be friends with a guy and compete with him. But
right.
It's very evident that it could happen. Since MJ and Charles didn't guard each other, there were a few moments of direct confrontation between them involving basketball. Barkley fires a 3-over.
Let's go, Barkley.
And it's there for him. Now they're within 6.
He came the ball.
Jordan spinning on Ellie. Backing him in. And now shooting over him and hitting. For those who have wondered, both had huge games. Jordan had 40. Barkley had 35 points and 14 rebounds. Barkley did throw a nasty-looking shoulder to Jordan at the end of the third period. Not good-natured at all. An elbow here, a forearm there. Now,
hey, you know what Barkley used to say back in the day? I am not a role model. I am not a role model.
Then a gentle push.
You let him know I'm there. You let him know I'm there.
What about the technical he got after telling officials they shouldn't be afraid to call a foul on Jordan just because he's Jordan? That is a foul. I know he's not the Jordan. And that ends in the technical. Hey, that's a foul. I don't care if he is Michael Jordan now.
Right, Mark.
Barkley, Michael was telling him, go ahead, Charles, get another one. Get yourself tossed out. He was implying that the latter gets more preferential treatment than the former. Sir Charles carried the old crusade against Jordan.
Definitely spoke his mind.
Officials. We are two brothers out there. Once we leave the court, arguing is certainly not taken in a harsh way. But out there on the court, it's just trying to get that advantage any way you can.
That's
We're
it.
best friends, but we play like enemies. I was trying to take his mind away from the game, just like he was trying to take our guys' minds away from the game. There were a lot of little gestures out there, but it never took away our focus, which is win the ball game.
That's it.
Well, Charles talks a lot of trash. He tries to get everybody's heads out of the game, and I'm there trying to get his head out of the game. So I'm just trying to combat what he's trying to do, and it's always great to play against Charles. You know he's gonna come out and play hard, no matter how much a jokester he is. He's still gonna play hard.
Everything was okay when the Knicks were visiting the Bulls in December until Michael Jordan and Chris Childs were jostling position for a rebound. MJ and feisty Knicks guard Chris Childs almost went at it late in the fourth quarter. Childs received an elbow to the back of the head from Jordan, and he refused to sidestep the issue and threw the basketball at MJ and clashed with him before being ejected for a second technical foul. No punches were thrown. That's for 3. And Childs and Jordan.
All game.
Jordan is a smart guy.
All game long.
Jordan was a superstar, and he got away with things like that. When you get elbows to the head and face, you cannot let it go. Childs retaliated. It was deliberate. Jordan said the elbow was not intentional. Jordan rushed Childs, rubbed up against him to make his point. The point was, Chris Childs was having only his second year with the Knicks, and he did not earn the right to get angry in a Bulls game. And Michael was the smarter one of this action. If you look closely, you see Jordan coming towards Childs so he could make a stupid move, and eventually he'd be ejected. Game 2 of the 1998 East semifinals. Surprisingly, the Hornets held Jordan scoreless for most of the second half and rallied from behind with reserve guards Del Curry and BJ Armstrong.
Del Curry, that's Steph's daddy. At this point, 92, I'm 10 years old in 1992. So all these games just, they mean so much to me. They stick out. They're like vivid memories, and this is fun.
MJ to 22 points. Entering the final period, the Hornets trailed by 8 points. Del Curry scored 14 of his 15 points. And BJ, who was a key player of the first Bulls three-peat team,
BJ Armstrong,
a shot with a 16-footer for the lead.
Big offensive rebound for Bloody Divac. The lead is 3. Armstrong will put up the jumper. And BJ Armstrong,
he took it personal. He took it personal.
Jordan was showing off his North Carolina shorts to his former teammate BJ Armstrong. Was that a message? Armstrong said it was only one game, wisely, but it was enough to turn MJ mad because Armstrong was so emotional at the end of the game, especially after hitting that late-game key basket. So, MJ prepared for Game 3. Jordan, perhaps the most driven athlete in the history of team sports, constantly creating demons, drove him to even greater heights.
Against the Bulls in the regular season here. This is it right there. Jordan right around Wesley as if he were not even in.
Smooth, he just made a move.
Continued his feisty approach in the second quarter, making a
straight to the basket
layup in traffic, and he thought he had been fouled. When he complained about it, Dick Bavetta teed him up.
He's moving. And a whistle, Michael Jordan talking to Dick Bavetta.
With 40 seconds left in the first half, MJ drove past Anthony Mason on the dribble and floated in a finger roll over Bloody Divac that almost touched the top of the backboard as Joe
Bloody Divac and Mason? I forgot.
David Wesley tried to guard him, and he gave his famous Michael Jordan IMAX ball fake to him.
Here's the steal. Racing with Reed.
Airborne.
Well, 2 Tar Heels and a foot race, and if you're going to wrap Michael up...
Yeah, he didn't want to end up on that highlight reel.
Signature Jordan fadeaways. Anthony Mason,
splash.
Bobby Phills, they all got roasted. Then, in the second half, MJ faked Divac for a layup and laughed it off. BJ Armstrong at the post scored over him and gave him a tongue-out death stare.
Ooh, it's nice spin move.
This sequence by Michael Jordan.
His position was crazy.
He's going to back him down. Bloody comes over to give help. Too late with the score. When he goes on defense, take a look at this. Michael Jordan, the tongue is out.
Got him.
Michael Jordan says, you want some of this, BJ? Come get it.
In Game 5, Glenn Rice and Michael Jordan jawed at each other, and both got technical fouls. It was face-to-face trash talk. Rice wouldn't get close to Michael too much if he knew Jordan had the flu.
During the season, and he's averaging 4 a game in this playoff series. Offensive foul, and let's see it Glenn Rice. Rice and Jordan jawing at each other, and a technical foul has been called. As Rice and Jordan face
that was that fire, though. Nobody backing down.
Jordan and Rice, a double technical.
Yeah, and Rice is still joining.
It's not over yet. It's not over yet.
Yeah, and Luke Longley said something to Mason as Mason came in. And there it is there. You can see that Rice stepped into him. Jordan tried to get around. Rice thinks that he threw an elbow at him.
Rice was hit with his 3rd foul, and then the tempers flared.
It was hot. It was hot.
You can see that Rice is very hot.
Rice is very hot.
Well, 2 technical fouls in this series for Michael Jordan. He's getting a bit feisty in his old age.
A lot of guys in this league might say it's about time.
Hornets in 5. And Dennis Rodman had a birthday party the same night. But Jordan said, hell no, I'm going home.
Are you going to get rest for your cold tonight, or you're going to Dennis Rodman's birthday party?
No, I'm going home.
All right, thanks. So much Hubie. Let's go back to
the 1998 NBA Finals. Michael Jordan and the Bulls came to Salt Lake as underdogs. Game 1 was so intense and stressful. Jordan tried to do it all, and when he didn't get the ball, he scolded teammates. But they couldn't even hear him. The arena was packed. Scottie Pippen was yelled at by Jordan late in the fourth quarter for rushing a three-point shot, and they had the ball poked away by Jeff Hornacek as he drove to his right.
You watch Michael Jordan right here. He knows
Yeah.
that he's in his zone and he wants to take his game to another level. Scottie Pippen missed him on the pass. He had just made it, Jay, and he's hollering at Pippen, get it to me, get it to me. Even though Pippen made the three, he came back to the huddle, and he's telling Scottie right now, look, Scottie, I feel it. Get it to me. Scottie said, but Mike, I feel it too.
Sometimes Michael Jordan was overly competitive. Game 2 of the first round.
He's always gonna bet on
That time,
himself.
Sherman Douglas tried
He was always gonna bet on himself, man. And I'm not mad at him for it. But man, Scottie, I'm telling you, especially, it was moments where Scottie put that team on his back too. You know what I'm saying? And he stepped up when he needed to. The Bulls had some of the greatest role players like ever assembled. Everybody did their job. I mean, from Rodman with the rebounds and Scottie being able to match up with the double-digit numbers. It was something special. Kicking the ball out to Steve Kerr, whether he was hitting the threes during his time there, or John Paxson with the threes, or even BJ Armstrong with the threes at one point. Like, they was designed well, and everybody knew what their job was, man, and it worked out.
to talk trash to Michael Jordan and got laughed off the court. With this team trailing 96-91 with 5 seconds to play, Sherman Douglas attempted a 21-foot jumper that was blocked by MJ.
The Douglas, by Jordan, and that used up 2.5 seconds.
Douglas said he was fouled and told the referees he had proof. Jordan and the officials shared a good laugh over the episode. Jordan was asked what happened. He thought I fouled him, and he went to show the referee his hand was red. MJ's response was brutal. It's pretty tough for the referee to see red. Jordan was laughing at the fact Douglas felt he'd been fouled and had the proof to back up his claim.
Executed by the Bulls, Jordan with a fake on Scuffles and hits. But he's right now in a terrific groove. Michael Jordan working his way in the lane and
Game 3.
It was Jordan's final game in Metropolitan, so he busted the Nets with 38. The Nets coach, John Calipari, was speechless. At age 35, but playing Jordan, it's like playing blackjack against the dealer, and MJ was the dealer. There was a
you don't win against the dealer.
Jordan's baskets, as the Nets defenders were guarding him closely. Every time the Nets made a run, Jordan made a big shot.
it's a high screamer on the shot clock. Jordan, for no fouls to give for the Nets. Michael Jordan at the buzzer hits.
You should feel sorry for Kerry Kittles and Kendall Gill, who tried to guard Michael in these
They tried.
games. Jordan didn't just roast the New Jersey Nets that night, he stared them down too. Michael turned and glared at the Nets bench, focusing his gaze mainly on Coach John Calipari at least a dozen times. MJ did not like Calipari's antics, screaming at players, making wild gestures, yelling out players after every play. Michael hated it. Jordan's stare was different. A sort of in-your-face
He looked through him.
gaze.
He looked through his
stare back.
soul.
There was one thing I'd never do as a coach. Say anything to Michael Jordan. Not one word. If he wants to stare at me, I'm not going to say anything to him. Michael mocked Coach Cal later postgame.
Ooh.
I was really just looking at him, seeing how much energy he utilizes in coaching. Try to pick up what he's saying. It's pretty fascinating. I haven't played against a guy who runs up and down the court as much as he does, yells and shows so much energy. I admire those players for being able to deal with it.
Now new coach, Jordan with a fake on Harris and a fall away. Here in the third quarter, leading by 5. Jordan with a quick fake lays it in. Still within major striking distance.
Ooh, let's go.
They play in Decent Valley.
Light work. Light work.
It's November 1997. Pippen was out. Jordan had to carry the whole offensive load. Signs of decline? Aging legs and tired in mid-game? No. He busted up the Clippers with 49 points. But first, MJ walked off the court with his head down after missing 11 of 14 shots in the first half. It took time, but Jordan took over. He was hanging, making a double-clutch layup with 6 minutes left in the third quarter, wowed the crowd and gave the Bulls a 56-52 lead. Taking off in the fourth quarter, scoring 11 of the team's final 13 points as the Bulls overcame a 5-point deficit in the final 5 minutes, 26 seconds. Michael scored
Found a way.
the final 9 points in regulation, the last 4 points of the first overtime, and all 9 points. He outscored the Clippers 9-0 in the second 5-minute overtime.
Put in the work.
He said, get out, I don't need a pick here. Folks. Rick can't play a whole lot tougher than that. It's Michael Jordan time.
That first step. It's crazy work. Crazy work.
He made a jump shot with 8.9 seconds remaining after missing 2
Clutch.
free throws to force a second overtime at 102-102. Jordan, who made only 10 of 16 free throws, got his own rebound and made the shot after he intentionally missed the free throw.
There's no good to get, but maybe you did. Maybe he's smarter than all of us. 13 seconds to go. Jordan in the hole.
Can't stop him. Can't stop him, bro.
The question is, did Jordan miss on that play? Was he that good? Where was the box on? How can you let him get over? The guy who's shooting the ball, you can't expect to win.
Yes, he missed the free throw intentionally. He was that good of a basketball player.
Jordan goes baseline.
Baseline.
Oh, my goodness. So, Michael to the other side of the basket. Oh, man. Oh, my goodness.
The 29th time this year that Jordan has scored 30. 80-63 Bulls.
Wow.
And it is going to be a 20-second timeout for the Hawks.
The night in Atlanta was
Try to slow
already
him down.
special.
Couldn't.
Jordan received the largest crowd in NBA history. It was something to remember. But it was not the sweet reverse layup around Dikembe Mutombo or the block shot of Allen Henderson, nor the deadly crossover on Steve Smith and dunked. It came with 1:29 left in the dome. At the foul line for his
got
last
everybody.
free throw of the evening, Jordan tossed it up left-handed. Swish!
Coming up immediately following Hawks basketball, it'll be Seinfeld, so stay with us. The number one man.
Was he going to shoot this left-handed? Yes, he is.
Why
Oh,
not?
my goodness. It was a 9-7.
Disrespectful.
Just,
Did you see how he shot that?
just a little
He was talking with Tex Winter and Frank Hamlin in practice about shooting free throws with the left hand. They told MJ that he should try it, so Michael had a good opportunity to do it. Playing against Reggie Miller always drove Michael Jordan nuts. But Michael showed his frustration not to Miller, but Mark Jackson.
Mark Jackson.
Jordan against Jackson. Jackson hit the deck and foul called on Mark Jackson.
What Jordan didn't like was a blocking foul by Mark Jackson as MJ drove to the basket in the third quarter. Mark Jackson bumped Jordan after MJ picked off Jackson's pass to prevent an easy
No
layup.
retreat.
Jordan,
No
frustrated by
retreat,
the
though.
contact he had been receiving throughout the game, bounced the ball off the back of Jackson's head and was called for a technical foul. Reggie Miller raced toward Jordan to intercede.
Almost 4 minutes gone by, third quarter. Pacers lead by 10. Jordan for steal.
Yeah.
He thought Jackson tried to take him out, so Michael's going to get a technical on that play. And he had a feeling that he was trying to take him out of the play. And then Reggie Miller came over.
Miller wasn't having that.
They came over as peacemaker. Reggie came over
Oh my God, the intensity of these games back in the day. They was really riding for their boys.
Together down low, the Pacers to talk this over. Well, Michael's going to get 2 shots, and they are going to get a technical. Watch Reggie come down. Here's the steal. Now watch Michael come down. He's going in hard. He felt that he got hit. He really got hit hard. It has been a frustrating night for Michael Jordan.
Speaking of Reggie Miller, before the game, Jordan told in a magazine article, "I really don't dislike playing against anybody in the league, but playing Reggie Miller drives me nuts. It's like chicken fighting with a woman. His game is all this flopping type thing. Don't touch him or it's a foul. But he has his hands all on you all the time, like a woman holding your waist." The Pacers won the game, and also in postseason, they forced a tough 7-game series in the Eastern Finals against the Bulls. One January night in Miami, one of the worst losses for Chicago that year, Phil Jackson was ejected. Dennis Rodman was laughing so hard because of Phil getting ejected. It was rare to see Phil that mad. Thanks to Alonzo Mourning and Dennis Rodman's incident,
It's crazy because I was just about to say, he took the words out of my mouth, the Zen Master. Phil was known for being so relaxed, so cool, being able to communicate everything. And you never see him sweat. So when this happened, it was really a big deal to see him zap out and be on the court in everybody's face like that and to get kicked out. It was hilarious because that was Dennis Rodman's job. He was the one who was supposed to catch all the technical fouls. He was the one who was supposed to be kicked out the game, throwing his jerseys in the stands and whatnot. And he took his job that night. It was funny.
Master was gone.
They're still talking to Eddie Rice. Technical foul. And you're gone. Frank Hamlin trying to help.
Voshon Leonard had a game. He later taunted Jordan, "Let's go one-on-one." But the game was finished already. The Bulls lost 72-99. Jordan waited 2 months for the rematch and the whipping he was about to give Voshon Leonard. 37 points with a post-up and fadeaway clinic. He humiliated Leonard. Both met at the half court and
Took him to
said,
school.
"You can't guard me. Not tonight. Why you even trying?" The game was over.
Well, Michael Jordan is torching Voshon Leonard verbally and physically.
Torching.
We hear his mouth flapping. What is he telling Voshon Leonard? Well, that's where I asked Mr. Leonard, and he said, "You can't guard me. Not tonight. And why are you even trying?"
Here comes Pippen.
You can't guard me. Not tonight, and why are you even trying? You can't get more disrespectful than that. And then when you talk it and you back it up with the play, whole nother level. And that's what Jordan did, man. He just found a way to rise that much more every time.
More than 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Jordan out of Leonard. Michael's got 4 minutes. And Michael again. That off. Low post. Jordan again. Well, can you play better defense? He's back on defense. Leonard gets it on Jordan.
Right by him.
He's a great player. To that game in Miami, Voshon Leonard hit a big three over you and started doing some trash talking. After the game, you said, "I'd like to see you guard me by yourself one-on-one." What'd you tell him tonight?
Well, last game we were playing, he said, "Let's go one-on-one." They were 25 points up. I said, "Let's start right from scratch, 0-0. Let's go one-on-one, shoot, score all the points."
You're talking to him tonight.
A little bit. I try to tell him that quite a bit, but
At age 34-35, Michael Jordan was still Michael Jordan. Check out the other stories and make sure you subscribe to see more
This was
stuff
hard.
like this.
I appreciate you watching. Thanks for tuning in.